Network connection?
Check.
Hard drive up to speed? Check. CPU overdrive?
Check.
Hallucinogenic aids?
Locked and loaded. Okay, here it comes. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Podheads Radio. A show where 5 former radio guys all kick in what little talent they have left to create a weekly feature that covers just about anything. And here they are, the Podheads.
Well, hello and welcome once again to another fun-filled episode of Podheads Radio, episode 26. Wow. I'm your host, Tom.com, and for this episode I decided to bring back in my good buddy, Jeff Kimpland, the infamous Jeff Kimpland, known renowned for the band Sahara, Virtual Reality, Heir Apparent, and just wanted to see how the hell he's been doing and what's new in his world. So, Jeff, when we left off, man, you were just kind of coming off the back surgery and dealing with all of the injury and everything. How you doing with that?
I'm taking it day by day. First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on your show.
Of course, man.
And but getting back to your question, I'm went through hell for the last year and a half. After the doctors played guinea pig with me and stuff like that, I finally
poke you with needles and do all sorts of great stuff. And
I was out of commission for about a year and a half, and basically went through back surgery, had serious back surgery done, and
it was fusion, right?
I had a laminectomy, discectomy, fusion, bone graft. I have a metal cage put around my lower spine and 4 screws, and but it didn't affect the voice. And did end up with a small, addiction. Actually, a large addiction, because for a year and a half, the doctors just kept on giving me, the narcotics. But they got me off it.
You gotta love it. You gotta love when the doctors give you narcotics. Yeah, you can stop itching now.
As I'm fidgeting. No.
Yes.
No, I'm off everything as far as narcotics. Just managing it. God serves you something in life, and you got to deal with it.
Well, you definitely look better, man.
Thank you.
You seriously do. I mean, like we said in the last interview. I mean, the last time that I saw, before that interview, the last time I saw you, you were very haggard. You were, really run down. I mean, you had the bags under your eyes, the whole deal. You had the whole.
Actually, you even asked me in the parking lot one time. He says, "Are you okay? You look like you lost a lot of weight."
Yeah.
And at that time, I did, because their narcotics kill your appetite.
Oh yeah, they do. They definitely do.
And here I was, a guy that never ever touched a street drug in my life, and who would know that, painkillers that the doctors had given me led into a serious episode of me having to go to detox. I was totally against it, but what were we going to do? Live with the pain?
You got to do what you got to do to get by, and unfortunately, when you get addicted like that to anything, exactly. I mean, whether it's legal or not legal, it's.
Well, I found out that the ingredients that were in it was the same stuff that they give. Same stuff that was in. I think heroin.
Yep, heroin and cocaine is the general derivatives.
Here I started noticing when I was trying to get off it, I couldn't. The pain was increasing, and I was getting shaky and cold sweats, and they said that you're having withdrawals. I said, well, get me off this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw you, I'm not trying to
no, it's all right. We're friends too on the side.
Make it look ugly for you, but I mean, when I saw you, it literally looked like I was looking at somebody who was totally wired out on heroin.
Exactly.
And
well, like I said, I remember you pulling
without going into my past, I know exactly what that looks like.
Well, I remember you pulling me aside, and I'll never forget the day I, gave you a couple items, and you were worried about me.
Yeah, it was, man. I mean,
you just said you don't look right.
I mean, you went from being, in a whole hell of a lot of pain and barely able to function to, you're getting back on your feet and everything, but
I was struggling.
You looked like you were being driven through brick walls,
Exactly.
So it was just, I was worried.
Well, the bottom line is that you put your faith in the doctors. The doctor's job is to get you out of pain, but they don't think about the big picture as far as, this poor guy's been on, Oxycontin and hydrocodone for a year and a half. Oh, geez, how is he going to get off it? I mean, I wasn't, abusing it. But my body was getting to the point where it was like...
It couldn't function without it.
Exactly. And the pain was horrible. Ugh. Pain still is horrible. But what they finally did after the operation and everything is they put me on a special patch I wear every 3 days. I mean, I wear it for 3 days, it wears off, and I can tell it's wearing off without even looking at the calendar because the pain starts coming back.
It's like a nicotine patch for addictions.
Exactly. But I am drug-free, and I'm managing the pain the best I can, and, marching day to day. We live day to day. That's all you have anyways.
Sweet, dude. Sweet. Well, man, you've been doing, since I met you, you've been doing the stuff with Sahara, Eye of the Storm, Heir Apparent. I mean, the list goes on and on. What are you doing now? I mean, you got something new for us, right?
Yes, I do. I'm going to jump around a little bit today, but I'm going to answer your right immediate question. What I'm doing right now is working with a gentleman named Tom Argo. I work with a group called Virtual Reality down in Alabama. They took I got a phone call from a gentleman named Steve Woodham. Wonderful guy.
You mentioned him in the last interview.
Yes, yeah. And he wanted to represent me. And he said, Jeff, he goes, why don't you sing for this group called Virtual Reality? And I says, okay. So we did it. And all it was, and it's to be known out there, this demo is going to be released by Tom Argo from Progman Records. I think that's the label, but it's close to it if not. But I laid down vocal tracks on a demo tape. It was a tape that this group had just jammed on, and they literally put on the shelf for about 5 years. And they sent me up the recordings, and I put my vocals over them. So there is a Virtual Reality EP coming out, which we will be ending the show with today.
Cool, man.
Called Unity of Sorrow. And we are working currently on some new material. It's going to be a full-length album. Gary Oppert, which I believe is the founder of the group, he's an incredible drummer. And I'm blessed with the fact that he would like me to sing on this project and continue with him. I feel like I've known him all my life, even though I never shook hands with the man. We've talked on the phone and everything.
Don't you love how technology is, you know?
Exactly, technology. But anyways, I want to thank Gary. And as I know right now, like I said, we have a full-length album coming out eventually. So listeners, please keep your eyes and ears open for it.
Did you already do some of the work on that?
No, I didn't. I've heard some of the clips, and actually, no, I think I heard part of a clip. All I know is when Gary says, Jeff, get ready, it's get ready.
It's time to work.
He's a serious worker.
All right, man. Well, that's very cool. So, Unity of Sorrow, then, right?
Unity of Sorrow is going to be played today. That's going to be coming off the demo that's going to be released very soon off Progman Records by Tom Argo. If you want a copy of it, I have my website, www.jeffkimpland.com, or try to find Progman Records online, and I'm sure he'll be able to help find you a copy. I don't feel like I'm at liberty to give out Gary Oppert's personal information.
Yeah,
so
giving out his home phone number is not a good idea.
No, I don't think he'd appreciate that. So,
especially some of our listeners are in quite a few time zones from here.
Yeah, you don't mess around with those Southern boys.
Well, you got anything else going on? I mean, other than the virtual reality thing?
When I'm dedicated to the virtual reality. For the first time, I found a chemistry with the group, Virtual Reality. What I was doing over the years, which we'll get to in a minute, and I'll make a long story short with that. Doing some side projects. I'm working on a side album. It's called, I think I'm going to call it Tributes to the Oldies, and I have Charlie Thomas of the Drifters on it with me.
You got to bring him in, by the way.
Yeah, Charlie Thomas, the original